I am the vice chairman of the 20th CNMI Labor Day softball tournament. It's awesome content, awesome messages you guys are pushing out to our people. We really do need to be taking care of our health so that we can have this longevity in our lives. Yeah, definitely, man. It's going to be fun. It's nerve-wracking. We're so many months away, but yeah, we just got to make sure we got everything in line so that everything is successful. It's a lot of people to manage.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
till you get that mic in your hand.
I mean, 30.
Put our differences aside, and fight for our lives.
We are live.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, special episode coming for you today. What number is this, pal?
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Yeah, we got a special guest today. His birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, many of you know him by Jesse or TikTok Suits. Jesse Live on Facebook.
Get that straight. No script. 6780.
No script 6780.
Yes.
I know him as Uncle Jess. He's also my Nino with the big pipino. By way of Anatahan. Here we got Jesse Agulto.
Hey. Do I jump in?
Do your thing.
Oh, hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nisha and Bill, for this opportunity to come here today to discuss the upcoming Labor Day tournament.
Let's go.
Oh, we got Uncle Jess in the BBC, baby. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, before we go, what's your official title for the
I am
committee?
the vice chairman of the 20th CNMI Labor Day softball tournament.
Vice chairman. You look like you're more of the face of the place that's going to host the tournament, the 20th annual CNMI Liberty tournament.
I look a little bit like Tacoma, so I'm good, guys.
As long as you don't smell like Tacoma over here.
No, I really did have to shower extra today. So,
So with you being the vice, who's the...
our committee members, we have Edward Junior Sablan. He's our chairman, and then vice chair me, and then Alvin de la Cruz. He's the secretary, and then my brother Matt Agulto is the treasurer.
That's awesome. What number is this now for Washington State to host?
This is I think our sixth tournament here in the state.
Yeah, really?
6 or more.
Out of 20? I feel like we've had like 4 in the last 6 years. Like it feels like it's always here. Like it comes here. The next year it goes to somewhere else, and then it either comes back here or Portland or Oregon. Like it's always going to come back the year after Vegas or California or something, and then right back to Washington. But only 6.
Yeah,
Surprising. It's just surprising.
Yeah, it's getting hot down south.
It was hot last year. Fuck, dude.
I mean, I almost blacked out. I mean, I thought I hit the ball, but it landed right in front of the plate. So I was like, let it in. But it doesn't help when you go to Fremont, and freaking party to 4 or 5 in the morning, and then you got to wake up at 6, and then Twilight Zone.
Why does it make you guys play an early game?
Let's keep it. But yes, it was an early game. I mean, 103 degrees straight out of the day. I was dehydrated. I was out. Our subs are out as well. So you kind of just have to stand there and like, fuck, let me just hit that ball. Just one ball, baby. Yeah, I went 0 for 4. But anyways, and we lost to ESL.
No, so strategically, that was strategy right there.
Yeah.
Championship day?
No, it was the game before that. Yeah, championship day.
Oh, okay.
And then we played again. Yeah.
But they ended up winning, right?
They did, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, got to go by the champs.
I mean, they're used to that kind of weather, man. When I landed, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to fly back out, but I can't.
Yeah.
Paid so much money to be there.
Yeah. It was hot. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And we're going on. You said this is gonna be year 20.
Yeah, year 20. Yeah.
So
the big one. The big 2-0.
Yeah, man. This is a big deal. I heard so. It's 2025, so it started in 2005.
Yes.
Were you there at that one?
I was there at that one. So let's go a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit
talk
back.
about the first one.
So when I moved out here in '93, there wasn't a lot of, I didn't really know anybody really played softball besides Phil and then Coben Camacho and then Quinn and all these other guys that were out here at that time. They played ball out here. And then in high school, they're like, hey, man, you want to come out and play some softball? I'm like, I'm really a football player, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I played some softball back home, but not heavy. So, but yeah, I came out here. They have a team here. They played a lot of tournaments, leagues. And that's when it moved on to, and then Joey came into the picture. So many other things happening.
Yeah,
So, and then from there, it led on to Cal.
doing
Came
this?
into, yeah.
Yeah.
Cal moved to Oregon. And then it just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
And then it was actually Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
It's normally when it was played.
Is that was that where it started when we were at that tournament down in Olympia? And then we finished and we drove down to Salem?
That was more of the Memorial Day
Is that
tournament.
how it like started?
Yes. Where we're driving up and down. And then other teams started hearing about it.
Yeah.
Idaho, the Bay.
And then it was planned for a Labor Day
Yes. And then they kind
down
of
in
moved,
Oregon, the first one in
yes,
Salem.
to all meet there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was
That's
it?
cool.
What was it? Do you remember the name of the place where they had it?
It was right next to that college.
Bush Park. I remember. It's Bush Park. there.
Chimiqueta. or-
Shemeketa, yeah. Bush Park. I remember.
Some-
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
there's
park
no
somewhere.
fence. There was no fence, like no fence. Or one of the field didn't have fence.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Bush Park is where, because I started playing with trenchers when I came out here with Kel and those guys, and I remember going out to. That's when Ping was skinny, and he was like buff. But yeah, back in the day, what's that? Yeah, Bush Park.
Yeah, at that time I only had a flip phone, so you can't really
Yeah.
all the
GPS?
photos. I mean, I think there's some photos out there. I know people have
Yeah.
photos and videos out there. Back in '05, I mean, I tried searching my phone. I tried searching my other emails. Email accounts. I can't find it. Somewhere in the cloud, though.
It's somewhere in the cloud.
And I know someone out there. If you're listening, go in your cloud and kind of look up some photos back in
2005, yeah.
'05.
Send it to Lawrence. Lawrence has been on top of his game, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some.
Yeah, shout out to Commonwealth.
He's got some recordings.
Yeah, he got a lot of video from all the tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of B rolls.
Yeah.
It's like watching all his stuff. Like, dude, this guy collected.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I remember like in '05, I was like the youngest one on the team, so I wasn't really thinking about what they were forming. I just knew that it was cool that we're driving there
Yeah.
and playing against people from like where we're from. That was like pretty cool for me. And then, I mean, it's not as tiring as when I think about it now.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, bro, we drove, like we go play tournament here, then we drive over to and out. We're still good because we're gonna go to Oregon to play more softball and drink and just like enjoy ourselves like the way we know how. And then to see the birth of it to what it is now, like it's been pretty impressive. So now that the 20th is up here, I mean, how excited are you guys to host it, and what is it gonna be looking like?
I mean, when we were down in Vegas at that bar, we're like, "Hey, who's gonna host next?" I literally raised up my hand just to kind of bring it back here, and then I was like, "Wait, hold on."
No opposers.
Well, I said, "Whoops! Well, why not?" Right? Yeah. So after that, a few months, I kind of reached out to some people, like, "Hey, we're hoping to see if somebody can take it in a different vision that has a different vision and maybe something better for the tournament." But that didn't progress, so kind of just stuck together and just started, because we had to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
So and it's what it is. So we're here. There's no stopping now. And it's gonna get busier. Yeah. The upcoming months.
And what are the
So-
stats so far as teams and?
So we have about 75 teams that RSVP'd.
That's just RSVP. 75.
RSVP'd, and then we've reached out to 58 teams total for the actual registration.
So
and
that's
to
58
submit.
locked in.
Yes.
Dang, dude.
That's a lot.
So so now it's a waiting game, right? Now you just wait for the money to roll in and the rosters to come in, and I feel like they're gonna wait to the last day, and it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's doable.
So that's gonna go. And that's why you're starting Friday morning, right? So this year
Yes,
I've noticed
Friday.
it's starting Friday morning,
Yeah.
all the way through Sunday
About
night.
11 o'clock is the time that we're shooting for all 4 divisions, and this is the first time in Labor Day history to have 4 division running at the same time. It's scary,
could you-
but so we got women's, we got our uppers, we got our lowers, we got our masters, and I think masters is going strong because as the young guys before are now aging,
Yeah.
now you're seeing them into the masters
Yeah,
division.
yeah, it is fun to see too.
And then you still see some guys that are 40s and can still ball, like
yeah.
my godson here, But hey, maybe one day he'll hop on over to the Masters division. But other than that, I think it's a really great division to have because not all of us can hang with the young guns on the field,
Yeah, but it is cool to see. But because that's why you're saying because the first time having 4, because I was thinking I thought we had that. I thought you guys had that last time, but last time there was no masters. There was just women's, right? Yeah. Okay, so there was 3 divisions because they split the men's and rec and upper or whatever it was.
And we
called,
had 38 teams at that time.
that was crazy already.
And every time I go to Sarah Park now, I got 58 in my head, right?
Yeah.
Every time the park just keeps getting smaller
Yeah.
and smaller and smaller. And I'm like, guys, I don't know, man. Maybe we should lock in on the fields just in case. But, the reality of it is there's 6 fields. You can only allow so many teams.
Yeah.
People say, when I ask how big, we can make it really big. But is that really the purpose of this tournament? Right? At the end of the day, we have to stick to what it is, which is, CNMI. And I get it. Like we get a lot of pushback with the rules and everything. So, how here when you play league, you have to have like certain, you have to be from that area.
Yeah.
And then, so we went with the 51%, kind of like that. And so it's basically, let's say you have a coworker and you're playing, in a league game, and oh man, I really want to join your tournament. I want to see what it's about. But it's for that to show him that hey, you can actually join. They're making us where you're able to join. So so when people say in Washington they just open the doors, that's not true. When we see these team names come in, we see, okay, have they been here before? You have to be a supporter of the tournament for the last 19 years. You just can't, start last year and, okay, we can jump in now.
Yeah.
Like, no. And for me, I really think some teams should be grandfathered in to the tournament, right? Our Palawan brothers and sisters, some other teams that have been joining, right? They should be able to come in and experience the tournament.
Yeah, I've noticed that's been a big talk between, especially I think it was we had it here and I think with the Portland the next year, right? So we had it here, did the 50-50, and then down in Portland it was 100%. So I remember there was a lot of talk after that happened because they were talking about they want to bring it back to the roots of where it started and giving the people that were part of creating it and starting it that credit for it was mostly people from Saipan, Tinian Rota, right? And then we come up here and then you have the 50-50 basically, and then people kind of complain about that. And it's like, but for me, I've always seen it like that. This is when it's opened or you have that 25% or whatever you allow, it's really so that you can allow other people to enjoy the culture with you because, like a lot of people don't get to see. I mean, our tournaments are different. Like it's different than anything we usually play or most people are used to seeing. And when they come out and they see the vibes and how everything goes with CNMI Labor Day tournament, it's very different to them and it shocks a lot of people. So when you open it like that and you allow new people to come in, it's nice because they get to be a part of what you know what you guys put together and all the teams that are there. You a lot of times you don't even know people there, and then they become like good friends like easily.
And we always finish off the registration information on the very bottom, like, hey, coaches, you are 100% responsible for the roster you bring in, right? You have to vet your roster, right? Then we vet it, but we can only vet it as far as we can.
Yeah.
When that day comes and you're like, oh, the hell's going on here, right? And also, the thing about these rules is when you see the guys on the field, you want to see most of our people.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to see our people be sitting down.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're gonna bring in people, make sure it's balanced,
Yeah.
so that at least 51% of our people are on the field. And keep it at that. I mean, I know we all want to win. We all want to win. Everybody trying to stack their team and all this stuff.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
But the one thing they did bring up was our local players, our local CNMI players on their tag and status. I said, why are we we're not going to consider their tags and anything like that. They're up to this time because they work hard to get there.
Yeah, why does that matter?
Exactly. So go out and work. You want to
Yeah.
go play in the upper division, you better work your ass, because if you go up there, you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah.
I think where vetting comes in is when you start bringing
Yes.
other tag players.
You got it.
Because for me, it's not only about the game anymore. Now it's about the respect factor, and do these people are they inclined with like our beliefs and our culture and what we're doing? Because there's going to be a lot of hotheads, and there's already going to be a lot of flared up tempers, and anything can snap at one moment, and that could just change the trajectory of the tournament. Right? And it could just be from something verbal. Like we get talked about, but that's minor. Now, if somebody else was in there, and then now, like if it's our best friend or whatever, and we invited them, now we're responsible for defending that person, or having to mitigate the situation. And those are the things we want to avoid. Right? It sucks because we do want to share our culture with everybody else, and the main premise of the tournament for me is at least for us to gather together and celebrate our culture. Whether we invite them to play or not, we can always invite them to come and be a part of the festivities throughout the day. Going back to wanting to blow up this tournament, like if we can blow it up to 140 and you start on a Wednesday and finish on another Wednesday, like that is awesome. If it was just more of our people, not necessarily to expand it to get more teams from other, just so we can generate right? Because I think that this is the vessel, just like everything, because one, we all know how to do it. We all know how to have fun with it. And it's the one thing that keeps bringing our people back together.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main goal. And I'm pretty sure that's always the goal of everybody that runs the tournament, But yeah, it gets pretty messy. That's why I think when somebody just lay down the law and everybody can agree with that and then transfer it everywhere else, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Speaking of grandfathering teams, I think there's certain people that could be grandfathered to the teams that they've already been playing with, regardless if they played in 06 and didn't show up until this year. I think that's fine because from the respective states, they've always been with their people. Like I don't know, a good one that I can always think of is Rick Day from Arizona. The jerky guy. Like he's always been with AZ. So whenever he shows up, it's like,
Yeah. He shouldn't even be a token or
yeah,
He's
and
pretty much one of them.
Yeah, and he understands like the culture.
He never started a problem or any issue or anything like that.
Yeah, and he fucking Bowden finishes games. Rick Day finishes games.
Facts.
That was in Oregon. Yeah, Beaverton.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was eating the games, bro, straight out of the bottle. And his wife is on the other side, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, showed up.
Yeah, like I was saying, prior to 05, it was just driving around, playing with other local teams. And, a lot of our people started moving here, but I didn't really see a lot of other people playing softball. I mean, we would go down to Vegas, and John Swartz is like, I mean, well, let's rewind again. So, so John, I was down there. We were like, oh, you guys are up here for a tournament? Like, yeah, in this heat. But yeah, we're a little cuckoo and crazy, but yeah. So I always put my beer right in the water bottle in Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
None of the Vegas boys ever said anything. Oh, the next year he goes, Grim, you can drink, right? You can drink anywhere here. I said, what?
Game on.
Bro, when he said that, 3 coolers went into the dugout. Oh my goodness, we're drinking in the car. I mean, I was like, wow, the strip. I was like, oh my God, drinking galore. And then, when you drink too much and it's hot, you might not see the ball coming down when it's hit. So, I got it. Brett, belum mo sila. Brett, belayo. Belum mo sila. Bro, kumalalag ito. Lana, tuli, Brett. Lana, kulay semlak to. Mana, block to.
Hey, everybody's drunk.
Brett, yellow bola. Flit, niti, malung ka semlak. Naku, lana, fuck. Lana, latsi lang na.
Latsi na yellow.
Latsi na yellow.
Those were wild times. I feel like we just went down there, bro, just so they can hang out at the casino and do the strip.
Yeah.
It was not the game was just like, it was more of a chore. Because when we're at the field now, everybody's just like,
And they want to drink. They don't want to
yeah,
fucking
it's
play.
like, let's go 2 and out and fucking go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it was nice too, man. The Vegas boys, whenever we went down there, the hospitality was awesome. I mean, they barbecued, we all hung out. So it just kind of just built. All of it just kind of kept building.
Yeah.
Then once we came back out, it just kept going. Then people started, moving to a lot of areas, and they're like, hey, man, I heard those guys up there, they're like having the softball, tournaments and stuff. Then one come in, the other come in. I mean, I remember the Bay, man. They were freaking stompers, and we didn't have no uniforms. Oh man, once it became Labor Day, whoo,
Bling,
man,
bling.
head to toe, I was like, damn, like all the things got uniforms. I was like, this is great,
Yeah.
but it's them. That's them.
Yeah.
They wanna, that's how they, everybody wants to look good and play well. And,
Yeah.
That's when Boomba made money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Where is Boomba these days? I
think they got bought out by. They got
Oh,
bought out,
okay.
I think, by somebody.
Because man, God, they had shoes. They had you
Every
name
Labor
it.
Day, every team had Boomba.
Yeah, I think there was a rep out here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think because 2008. That's 2008. That was Chumlao. You guys won in Vegas, or you guys played in a championship in Vegas, right? At least.
Yeah.
Or were you playing with them?
09.
09?
09.
Because 08 was my first one, and I don't know if it's Vegas.
Yeah,
or,
09 that's the first time I saw this fucker on the field.
and that was that Vegas?
Yeah, that was Vegas.
So then, fucking, it was the year before then. 08, I don't know where the hell it was at, but
08 must have been Idaho.
What team were you
so-
playing
'cause
with
I was-
at that time, Paul?
07
I
is when it
first
came
played?
out. Yeah.
Was it with us? No, right?
When I first played, yeah, it was
Yeah, it
with
was
you.
with Islanders,
6-7,
yeah.
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 Because Uncle Darren didn't make it.
Oh,
So I
I
was
think
using
you
his
were
jersey. I
what?
was playing outfield, like right field.
16,
17.
17. How was that guy 18? Well, man, he came out. Whoo, that glove work! I was like,
Yeah, I don't know.
God,
That's
this
your
kid.
memory. So 05, that was Salem. So 06 was Enumclaw.
Yeah, in Umkla. That's when we did the fundraising at what's that? Marysville? No. You're from Marysville. The water park right there in Renton. What's that area called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Right off 405
anyways,
there.
yeah. So we rented out the place and made this island night dinner show.
Oh, that hall?
Yeah,
Where
that
the
hall.
wedding?
Yes.
Casey's hall?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey,
Inside
Casey,
joke.
if you're watching, that wasn't part of what I was trying to get to.
That was on the script.
Hey, that's why we're no script. I have no
so-
script.
So 7 or 6? 6.
Yeah, because 7 was Idaho.
So 7
because that's the
Idaho.
year that I missed. I just came out, and Kel and them were trying to make me go, but we just showed up like a month before, and there's no chance for me going. So my first one was the next year. The 07 was Idaho. 08 I don't know if it was California. Was it California?
Was that Escondido?
Escondido,
08?
I think.
I think so.
Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Oh, man, you came up with notes.
09 San Diego.
Notes.
Yeah,
2010
was
Kent.
fucking-
He was the chairman. Actually, you and Lenora were running it at the same time, right?
That's 2010, right?
2010.
Yeah.
Right. When Island Boys took it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when they had what,
AJ's
42
team?
teams?
Yeah.
32.
30.
32. Yeah.
Yeah. Then at that time, that was the most, like, that was the biggest.
Then we moved back to Portland, then Boise, then Gilbert at AZ, where you guys wanted. Then Portland, then back to Tacoma in 2015, and then 16, Las Vegas, back to Las Vegas, and then 2017 was San Clarita.
Yeah. That's like 10,
Is it Santa
there's only
Clarita?
10 teams that you. That was probably one of the. I don't know, probably one of the worst. At least one of my worst experiences. My shoulder was blown out, and I was pitching, and it was just a fucking. We had a like cool guys, but just a group of randoms because the whole team didn't go down. So we just had like random people, but there's only like 10 teams I think that year. Like a lot of people didn't come out. But that's
Yeah.
like, I think the first year like Roki just moved out. Roki was fucking on fire, just going crazy. Then I think the heat got to his ass too. And
Yeah, every time we travel out to these states that are really hot, you want to have as much as possible on
Yeah.
your roster.
Yeah.
And then as it gets closer, then we only have 13. Then what happened?
everybody needed a break. Yeah.
When you look in the dugout for a sub, you're like, man, it was so hot. I don't know how I played third, but I just stood in the bag.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I think that's against Taga. I just
yeah.
stood in the bag. I said, dude, both of my feet are blisters. I mean, I was like, nah, man, I'll just stand right here and then hit the ball. I just walked the first because I can't run because it keeps it's grinding. So it's just.
Yeah.
Damn.
But anyways, yeah. Then we lost that game against, and I think it was Commonwealth that time that we lost the game to where your nephew Bernard was playing on.
That's
the
your
team
nephew.
down. My nephew. Sorry, your cousin. But yeah, at that time, and then yeah, just going down to these states that are really hot, you really have to have a lot of players. on your
Well, I think we
squad.
figured out the formula, right? It's not the squad, it's the hydration pack.
LMNT. baby.
Element. Yeah, we got that on lock.
I have to start taking those packs and not the damn freaking liquor.
Yeah. I was thinking about that afterwards because like there was no episodes of people like passing out and stuff like that. I didn't hear about any, at least while we're in Vegas. And I was just thinking like that had to play a factor that people were taking that like those packets because I mean I don't think people were also drinking as much as they normally do, knowing how hot it was. People were still drinking and going out but I still think those packets were a factor in not having a bunch of people just passing out because it was fucking hot.
I had one beer in 2 games.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's-
not normal.
I had one beer in 2 games.
I think we're all in a sense figuring it out, right? Because everybody that started Labor Day that's been going around with it already kind of experienced,
Yeah.
and then everybody else are young,
Yeah.
so they're probably not getting affected by anything. They're just out there having fun,
Yeah.
right? They love the sport. They love what we've started a long time ago, and they kind of grew up into it. So I don't think it affects them. But everybody else, like we experience, so it's like
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna need this, even if it's not Element. But what is the one from Costco?
Oh, like
the liquid IV.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
everybody's getting in tune with it.
Yeah.
And then also another thing is maybe like cutting their drinking until like
Yeah,
later
that
on
makes
when
sense.
they're done.
Yeah, you definitely notice that. Okay, you definitely notice that because I think people also realize like wherever it's gonna be, how they can adjust their drinking, right? So like if it's in Portland, or Washington even, I know I can drink all day.
It's
and stuff
amazing
like
that that's
like-
a factor.
Right?
That has
It
to be
is.
factored into the itinerary.
It's
You know?
something to think about.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, where's next year? Let's I got a plan.
I gotta drink at
Gotta have
night.
food.
And we already all know the
early.
feel too. Like,
Yeah.
there's a Walmart right next door. It's
That's how you know it's been 25 years just from that.
It's that Common Kings concert, man. God dang it. Hey, let's go to Common Kings. Man, I gotta early game tomorrow. Okay, maybe a couple hours. Oh man, Common Kings brought the fire that night. Man, we went in the middle of Fremont and just had our own little damn concert after the concert was done.
And then you were on fire.
Yeah, I met Medea for the first time. Her thingy bumped into me, and I said, "Hey, your thingy bumped into me."
Hello.
She goes, fuck. But it was fun, man. It was fun.
Keep your susu to yourself.
It's crazy. It was lit because everybody was talking about that concert. But I don't know. I think the first thing that popped into my head when I said, where was it at? And they said Fremont. I said, oh, how much? And they're like, oh, it's a free concert. I said, yeah, no, thank you. I said, everybody and their mom going to be there. Dude.
I can't do that shit.
Man, I was drinking like this the entire time. And I was like, man, where the hell's the straw? I mean, and it's hard to drink like this. I was like, man, would it be nice the straw or those camel packs?
It's like,
Refill my camel pack.
Yeah, because AJ and Toba were like, oh, we're going to go to the concert. I said, okay, good. You guys find your own right. Like, oh, you don't want to come? I said, no, I'm just going to stay back and have sex.
Hey, keeping it real.
Keep it real. Yeah. What are some of your memorable moments of some Labor Days? Some very memorable moments.
Besides getting really drunk,
Besides the drunk and the drama.
Yeah, just I think the biggest thing is seeing family that I haven't seen for a while. It's becoming like a family reunion on the side as well.
Yeah, no,
with
that's
these tournaments.
Yep.
It's like remember when in 2010 when most of the family came out and we all hung out. So it was, and then they saw their friends.
No, it's like every family had their own. Like every team had their own families, and it's like a reunion. Like when Faha, that's when Faha was here. It's like family reunion galore. Like everybody in their tent.
Yeah, and then they walk around, and then this family. Then they like, hey, man, I haven't seen you for like 18 years. And I'm like, wow, that's what Labor Day is about.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
I mean, the softball is the main, but the biggest thing is that family, that reunion of everyone. I think that's for me besides the game, that is my biggest memory that I come to enjoy every single time I go to the tournament. Yeah. To see friends and family I haven't seen for a while.
That is definitely a winner. Yeah.
So
you gotta get used good at managing your time too. Because everybody gonna stop you to talk to you. You gotta start your clock. Otherwise you just talk to one person. The next thing you know, your wife out, hey, did you see so and so? Like come Tuesday, and you're like, they were there. It's like fuck. You gotta manage your time so you can meet everybody.
Yeah.
So a lot of the tournaments that are out here, I'm usually probably in the background, doing this stuff, like this and that, and then came 2022, when you guys won the championship. All of that was just on the fly.
Oh,
For
damn.
my par Ian goes, because at that time he goes, Par, yeah, so here's what we're gonna do, opening ceremony, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, okay, good job, guys. Oh no, you're gonna be the one doing all of this. I said, where's my stuff? What am I?
Where's my script?
Where's my? That's when I named myself No Script.
Because of that.
Literally, I just went introduce, hi, blah blah blah.
It's like Steve Harvey.
And then like this, and then like that. I was like, okay, all right, welcome to my Labor Day, blah 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 blah. And then it came to the championship trophy time. I was like, man, how can I make this exciting? It should be an entrance.
Yeah.
When you announce teams to come up, they should be celebrated for working so hard. To come and to win the tournament. I mean, that's hard work, man. You don't just go there like nonchalant,
just win.
You see guys diving, just making awesome plays, home runs galore. My God, I see guys hitting 378. Even though we check all the bats, but I think some bats may have may have snuck in somehow. I don't know.
Wait, the guy that was checking the bat, who did he play for?
Let's keep that on. let's keep that under the down low.
That's why the bats were hot.
Yeah.
Man, bro. I mean, people were just. I mean,
You just
bombs
gave him the
after
stickers.
bombs.
We just put stickers on the bats.
It was
No matter
nice.
what came through.
And the other memorial thing that I can think of Labor Day is that everybody always left with an awesome feeling of enjoyment, seeing each other.
Yeah.
You know, I've never heard any commotion, any fighting. And just so you all know, 20th doesn't mean anything's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, you never hear nothing like that. You know, it's
It's been worth its intended purpose. It's been good use
play
of.
your game fair and square. Respect people is the number one thing. It's just respecting each other. You know, everything that we do in life is just the bottom line, respect. You know, and it always came out great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, man, and then you hear stories and just so many stories, and there's always a story, and then there's so many other stories of that same story that
Telephone.
and then and he just keeps going, and then you move on to the next day, and the story, they're like, hey man, I thought I heard about that. No, but this is a new story.
Here's,
tell you this
here's
story.
my version.
Yeah, this is the new story. He told you that story, but now I'm going to tell you what that story is about this story. You know, but anyways, yeah,
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like deducing a lot from memorable, right? We figured out that's where you got your name, no script, and then we now know where those bats, whose bats won the tournament.
Yeah,
I think you can go back, and I'm pretty sure we didn't hit the most home runs in that tournament.
It's not. They didn't hit the most, but they hit the ones that were important with that same bat.
Hey, bro, it's a little crazy until you start seeing teams pass one bat, the same bat to the next batter every damn time. That's when he's like, okay, something's going on
Red
here.
flag.
Yeah,
Red flag.
go ahead, throw the challenge flag here.
How
With
about
it being like the 20th year, like have you missed one of the tournaments, or have you been to like the whole?
I missed a couple.
couple.
The AZ one I missed, and the one in Vegas. One in Vegas I missed. When
You
they-
can go to. You weren't in Portland either, right? The last one.
three then. Yeah,
Yeah,
three.
I didn't see a Portland.
Yeah, we didn't have enough guys, you know, because we had the guys that we play with in league, but we couldn't bring them obviously because
Oh, yeah.
of the rule.
The rule. Yeah.
But it's what it is, you know, and you just move on and you wait for the next year.
Yeah.
And then the next question is, since you brought up the guys that were younger, you know, getting older as this tournament progressed right to where it's at. The age, you know, with them being older, are they able to play the Masters and then come down to play the upper or lower?
So that's one of the questions that a lot of teams brought up. I mean, we saw that in Vegas,
Yeah.
and we're talking just very minimal amount of teams, right? But now you're going to a bigger tournament. You know, now it's like, you know, how do we manage with all these guys?
Yeah.
Should we give them a wristband or tag them so that they can? We know, right? Because I feel like with that with the guys that are 40 that are, you know, still playing the regular men's and then playing the senior,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I cannot recall or remember all the faces, but man, some guys were really fresh, you know, you know, but when we play teams, you know, it's, you know, we had the same guys, different guys there, but, you know, I mean, I can't remember or recall who's between these
Bouncing
wits.
back,
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard, and we hope people understand that it's also just a nightmare trying to track all of this stuff. I mean, if I pull up the laptop, which I didn't bring, but I mean, there's just like there's so many.
So many people that want to do both.
Some guys want to do both, but I know that so many more is
Gotcha,
going to do
yeah.
it
It's
if
gonna
we say
want-
okay.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, it could get really messed up logistically.
Yeah.
Right. Not only like in what you're speaking of, like if I come into like your guys' team because you guys are all Saina, like I'll be the fresh one there, right? Being the youngest.
And you stand up because they know you.
Yeah, but then again, like you guys could use me as an excuse if like I'm in a game and then you guys are short. Then now you're like, oh, you guys said that we can make him play and he's part of our team, and it's just gonna get messy.
Yeah. I think for me, it comes down to like an integrity thing. Like each team you should be able to have each team understand the rules and then hope that there's integrity within whoever's running that team to keep the standards that you guys are putting out and hold the rules that you guys are putting out, because then it becomes an issue like for another team, right? Let's say the rules are set and then it only going to be looked at if the other team challenges. Now you have that problem of you're putting the other team on the spot and they have to call something out, and if it's wrong or whatever, it becomes a big issue. Now this team hates this team because they tried to call us out and we weren't lying. And I've had this happen to like my teams too. So not that I understand when people try and call you out and stuff, and it should be done like that, but there's a way to go about it to make it happen, and then hold other teams accountable or hold teams accountable. But sometimes teams might or do it in a sense where it's disrespectful, or especially when it comes to the culture. It's not just a softball game anymore. Now you're disrespecting somebody's uncle, your auntie, something like that. So every time it comes to like the tournaments, like especially like our tournaments, I feel like it can turn into a big issue when you have to call somebody out on something, because it turns into a family thing now. It's more than just a softball thing. So it always gets bigger than I feel like it has to be.
Yeah, and it's probably good if the two coaches can get together and maybe be like, hey, how many guys did you have on your roster that are,
and be able to trust it too when you do speak or discuss.
Yeah, and then tell that person, and then normally that would solve a lot of issues. But yeah, I get it. Sometimes you're like already the game about to start.
Yeah.
You see one go to the ump, the ump goes, oh. Like, yeah, man, you're calling me out right in the middle of the home plate.
We've had that happen. I had that in the middle of a hot game, and the other team's family too. Like I know a lot of people, and then get called out. It turns into a hot ass argument because the game's hot, it's close, and then it's just like it turned into something that it shouldn't have. All you had to do was ask, and we will figure it out. But it turned into name calling and all this shit, like, or kind of accusing people of doing things that they weren't intending on doing. And just stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is. But it's just, like I said, it just becomes a bigger thing because of family, and you grew up with a lot of people there and stuff like that. And then for them to like say some of the things that they say, that's where it's like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's like I just in you when we walked on the field. Now you're fucking calling me Diguero or whatever. Like the fuck? It's like, what did I do, bro?
Yeah. Speaking of that, like I've been in one encounter, when it comes to like rules and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we understood it one way, everything went as planned, and then when it was game time, then all of a sudden we had an issue. And that's where I speak in terms of like when you have people on your team, like now you're solely responsible for that person, And for me, I mean, it's just only the right thing for me to do was ask my team to honor our teammate and step out of the tournament. It make no sense for us to drag somebody all that way, and disregard all the expenses that they incurred to get there, and then to have them watch us play. It's like me inviting you guys to my house and then you guys wait outside while I eat dinner.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's, I mean, I remember that time.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It really, that's when we have to like come to a common ground, right? Like, hey, tiniabus na tauto, I mean, we have some guys that have been playing in the tournament for so long, and I mean, they should be grandfathered in, and stuff like that. But there's always gonna be teams testing the rules,
always,
and we hope they don't test it, but teams are gonna test it, and then when that time comes, we have to figure out a way where we can make it work and come to a solution, rather than something like that to occur, to your team at that time. So
so I mean, therefore, I think it's very I think this actually was a good thing for us to do because we can kind of preface the tournament coming up, and that way it makes it a lot easier if people actually watch. Because I only
Yeah.
know like 3 followers.
Go tune in, everybody. Great conversation here. today.
Because it's like they can gather their thoughts and then they can email sooner than the tournament date or the meeting date, to where now there's more confusion, where it gives you guys more time to kind of mitigate stuff. So when you get to the meeting, it's just laying out the rules and then we're going from there, rather than everybody raising a hand. It's like, I mean, there's a reason why I don't like to do it anymore, because I just, accumulated like bad energy. So if somebody was to ask me a question and I would deduce like, okay, like 18-year-old just started this team, I'd be like, you're not allowed to ask questions. Next, like just, you want to be part of the tournament, just play the tournament.
Yeah, just listen and you'll
Yeah.
learn as you go.
Just know the rules.
yeah,
Like
and then play. You don't worry about the special shit that's
Yeah.
going on. Yeah,
they're always trying to find like the loophole.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I get that's the fucking funny part. Like meetings, bro. Oh my god! Like when people like ask questions, it's like, bro, like there's a pretty good chance that shit you just talked about is not even gonna happen. But we're asking because things happened before or something. Like, okay, what'd you get out of that situation? And just forget about it, because it's probably once in a lifetime or once in a career on the softball field. Like a lot of times, like it's the same shit that happens over and over, and it's like, well, we don't have to keep this fucking meeting going just for like crazy
Yeah.
shit. I mean, I'm not saying there's like dumb questions, but don't ask questions that have already been answered,
Yeah.
like for the most part. I mean, just kind of use common sense.
Critical thinking. It's like it's
fuck.
applicable to everybody.
Yeah.
And like to your point, right? Like it's hard. What makes it harder is that you got that element of like family
Yeah.
and community. But everybody seems to disregard the fact that this is something that's bringing us together.
Yeah.
So let's just go with the best rules possible that everybody could abide by, and let's get it going.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always got to be the ones that want to chime in, or they play with the A team somewhere and they want to think they can implement. Oh, I learned something new. Watch, I'm going to tell these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of too late. If you want to do something like that, maybe you should get your state to host a tournament.
Yeah.
And then formulate your own rules. It's tough, but it's no different to me like the way I coach my kids, right? Like if they want to ask me questions, there's a set of guidelines that I filter through before I answer their question. Like for instance, kids are going to be kids, but sometimes we have to let them know. Same thing with adults. You just got to speak the hard facts, right? Like people that show up late or their belt's not tight, like if you're not ready, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Like you already know what we're about. And this is what we're doing. Don't try to add anything that's going to change the flavor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just get your bowl and get ready to eat.
Yeah, na para. Yeah.
How about you, bro? What's some of your most memorable? Maybe the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, when I was a virgin, yeah. One
You see, Pal's thigh started quivering.
Oh man, rated AGR.
No, I don't know, man. It's like Jess said, like every time like I played it, it's been 16 years now. My first, 16. 16 years I've played it, and every time I go there just to play ball, and I before I like to win, and I'm very fucking competitive, but it was always like getting out of the dugout and getting to see people was always like the big deal. Like even if we didn't win, I still always had a good time. Like even if like it wasn't like we showed up with a team that wasn't very competitive, still had a good time. Like he was saying, I saw a lot of classmates that didn't see for a while. I got just in Vegas. I got to see one of my classmates I haven't seen since I graduated, fucking in 07, and just like that kind of stuff makes it cool. Like even all the teams that we been able to win tournaments and getting to see how we've won in different ways, like when we won in 2012, to how the games evolved and we change up, like how the teams look, and building the chemistry to actually win. Because a lot of people, you can put a good team together with big names and stuff like that, but you have to have chemistry to win, and you have to create that culture in your team to hold that, because you're gonna have hard times in games get hard and it turns into like a fucking dogfight sometimes out there, but when you have that chemistry and you can keep guys in line and follow what you're trying to do, like and those battles, like just remembering all those battles on the field with the guys, like it's always a good time. And how loud the fans get, how passionate they get for their family on the field. Like every time, like when we had like TMB or Maslapun playing Fat Boys and these guys, it's like some of my family across this, on the field. And I literally grew up with these guys wearing this. We were wearing hustlers across our chest growing up, fucking from the time we were fucking about yay high to being grown men. And then we come out here and now we're competing against each other. But there's never I never feel any even though I'm competitive, it's there's no ill will, but I know on both sides we're going to beat you. I'm going to beat you today. I'm going to beat you today. And it's always like that. And the games we always play, the fucking hot games, it's always a good ass time. So it's like, those are the times I remember, it's just being competitive, being around the family, getting to see people I haven't seen in a long time. That's other than the drunk and drama. All that stuff is that's a different side that I remember, that has a piece that I remember for sure, and I'm not gonna forget those fucking things either. But yeah, Labor Day is always fun, man. I'm not honestly, I'm not crazy about softball anymore. I don't really care much for it to play, but I do like that, the community still carries it on, and the young guys are coming in, and the older guys are still holding it down and creating that environment of the family and bringing everybody up to play. So it's because I grew up in it, so I got to see it, and softball raised me, and that's a version of me that needed to happen, and now it's just a different version of me, and I wouldn't be what I am now or turn into who I am now if I didn't have softball and I didn't have all those relationships and everything and everybody I met and going through all the challenges with people and trying to manage teams and stuff like that. It all taught me something. So those are things I just can't fucking leave behind.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was 6 minutes, pal. You got beat 6 minutes. What are some of your most memorable Labor Day
when he got
times?
blasted with the strip club?
No. Just playing against the guys that we play baseball against back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all moved out here, and then just seeing them playing for different teams. I mean, from out of state, just different state. That, and then, like you said, we're all competitive at the end of the day. And then just, like everybody said around here, it's, having yourself be around just family, friends, hanging out, 3 days, 4 days, of just pure fun. And then just showing the people, right, that want to be a part of it. It's like, okay, you want to come in. Mm-hmm. This is who we are, right? Mm-hmm. There's really nothing crazy. The crazy thing is we're very loud. We like to, make big meals, and that's that's the big thing that a lot of the outside people talk about. It's like, dude,
everybody's trying to feed me.
Yeah, I'm full, and bro, there's still more. Just walk to the other tent.
Even the umpires love umping the games.
Yeah, and just it's been a great thing since I've played this softball. The CNMI Labor Day tournament. It's something that we've always looked forward to, and then it's just always a great time.
Solid insight. How many championships have you won? Damn, that much. You lost count?
Three? Yeah.
Damn. Solid. How about you?
I thought you guys got 4.
Maybe 4.
You got 1. You guys have 2 together, 3 together.
Chamlo.
2.
Yeah, 4.
4?
Yeah.
And then last year, right? Yeah. I have 3 for us. I won 1 with him and then the 2 with TMB.
How about you?
Hey, slow down. That's why I said maybe every time the roster comes, let's just the game time. Where's everybody? Let's say you pay your fee and you don't show up.
You like how I segue that?
I know. It'd been nice if you would been on the team, but whatever. I don't want to talk about that. Let's not go into that subject line.
It was the Godfather fun. That's God.
Hey, but really, guys, moving forward in this tournament, we're hoping we're trying to make it an experience for people to come and experience.
Yeah.
We got so many vendors that want to come in. It's looking like a family reunion, softball / fiesta / there's so many things going on.
And so it's a logistical nightmare then for you guys.
Pretty much.
It's not only managing the field, but also the space around the field.
Yeah, it's now where do we put these people the merch where people are gonna sell merch.
Damn.
Maybe you should
go-
just take over the football field on the backside.
Yeah.
It's something that we were looking into.
I mean,
as
especially
well.
the banquet too. Just everybody lined up over there.
And that's why I said every time I go there, it just keeps getting smaller.
Parking too. Parking is gonna get smaller.
Yeah, so everybody, if you can carpool or rent a van, just everybody come to the field, or one of those e-bikes. We're really big here in Washington. Just be careful when you're going through a Hosmer or those kind of streets. Just be careful.
Oh, speaking, since we're in Washington and you mentioned that you can play for two teams, can you identify as a woman and play for the women's team?
Oh man! See you guys. All right, let's get back to the subject here of what we're talking about. Hey, but guys, did you guys know that no other running tournament in the world that's been running and not have one committee? Can you believe that? No. Like the Olympics, there's one committee in the Olympics, and it's been running.
Yeah.
We're the only ones. No one committee, and we've tried. We've tried before, but man, trying to get all these people in one mindset.
I wanted to bring that up.
It's difficult. But
Because I really wanted to bring that up because I don't know, me and Will, we've probably talked about it before, but having, all the main states that always host, right? You have the Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, Vegas, Arizona, right? So you have like that 6. But then you have that committee of main person out of every state, right? Maybe a couple, actually, depending, like Washington, you might have a couple more, like, it's kind of like the electoral college, right? You just have more people because you have more teams. Like Washington has like the most teams. Like we'll literally bring like 20 teams to one tournament in any other state. So you have a little more weight held in committees, right? So like, I don't know why it's not a thing. And I feel like it should be a thing where the main people... like there's a committee of the main people from each state, right? So like you up here, and then down in Oregon, you have, Lenny, you have Len Wayne, those guys down there from Kimason, and then California, the Sakudi guys, like all that, like creating a committee that, and then also just so that there's rules created that are held through each state or like for wherever the tournament goes, and then you can add to, but you cannot take away from that main set of rules, right?
And it travels.
Yeah. Yes. So it's easy so that not every year that a team has to come up with new rules. Like that takes away a lot of work, right? If you have, this is what CNMI Labor Day is going to be, this is the rules. You can add to those rules, but this is the set that you cannot take away from, right? And having those main people always to go to, so it's not, okay, we're going to this state, that's the one person we can talk to, and that's the one person of that whole tournament that people can talk to. But if you go, it wouldn't matter, like let's say, if, it's going to be in Vegas this year, just part of the committee, you can talk to him about it because he already knows. He's in talks with all these guys, the whole committee that's in Vegas and the people in Vegas. So not everybody has to keep reaching out to the people that are in charge.
Yeah, it'll just be that core group.
Yeah,
Say, hey guys, it's gonna be here in my state. Let's come together. Now that Zoom is very popular, back then, my flip phone probably couldn't Zoom on the flip phone, but I don't even know how to 3-way call, or 6-way call. But it'll be nice moving the like move state to state and have one set rules. And Ian actually I took these rules out of the, like I mentioned earlier, the city league. So basically, if you're not from there, they can only allow certain amount of people,
like residents and non-residents.
There you go, something like that. That's all this rules is that we're doing. It's nothing. Rather than hide around or go, how do they say, hide around the bush or
beat
whatever,
around the bush.
whatever, beat the bush or whatever the bush. But it's basically, rather than this 2 tokens, because we know they might bring 3, maybe 4. I don't know, but why not just keep it? Majority is 51%, and just keep it at that.
Yeah,
just
51%. I think if like in terms of what AJ is talking about, if you just have one set committee, that committee could have a vision and it could have core values, and maybe integrity should be the very first fucking core value.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree, and if you really look at the history of the tournament, it's always up here.
Yeah.
It's always in the PNW.
Yeah.
It's always Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. I mean, we don't want to take away from the guys down in the other states, the warmer states. It's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, or maybe move up the tournament a few months, or it's like perfect 90 degrees. I don't know about 110 anymore, man. I just, I mean, I love Vegas, but damn, last year I traveled to Vegas 3 times, and honey, hopefully you're not watching, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, I like Vegas. It's just, it's hot.
Yeah. I think another thing that
And even they say it's hot. Yeah, no, it's hot. No. Yeah.
another thing that I think it helps out with too is like the finances of the whole thing. So like if it was a committee and there was one account for the whole
And move
for whole
the
thing.
money, yes.
Move the money. If you don't use the money, the money continues to go on because it doesn't matter who creates what funds. Like Washington can create a lot, right? Because there's more teams. You're probably gonna have more vendors that pay vendor fees. But at the same time, because there are more teams, you probably have a lot more expenses just because of what's that called, pissers or shitters, feeding people, the amount of people that come and stuff. But at the same time, all that money comes in, the money's known within the committee how much came in, what's what. I mean, that's where it can become an issue very quickly too because of finances. And I've seen that in the past, and that becomes fucking a big problem. But if everybody's eyes on, everybody's really part of the committee, and everybody's part of growing and making it so that it works, and you have the right people, of course, right? And I don't know how these people are like elected or put into the committee, but at the same time, we know everybody kind of has a really good gist of who's who when it comes to who to contact or who to contact if they want to get involved in the sport when it comes to CNMI Labor Day. So it's like, I mean, the finances is a big thing to me. I think that it's like a point that would help if it was watched and money was passed along to each state. It helps with the fundraising and stuff like that, because I know like you guys have to fundraise quite a fucking bit when it comes to like Labor Days here, and I mean that's why and it can also control the amount of fees that people have to pay if the money's watched. So I mean, what we have to pay here, like what is 500 this year?
Yeah, 575.
Yeah, see, so like those kind of things, because the committee goes around and there's money traveling wherever it's going, then sometimes the fees can be actually lowered because the money's just moving instead of having to create new funds every
part
year.
of this is whatever funding we would take a percentage and give it to the next hosting state, and that's how it should be, just going around.
Yeah.
So we go under the Chamalinians, the Chagi nonprofit, which was created by Jesse Borja. Back then, it's for their team, and we just used it for money wise, for just holding the money there, and also using the nonprofit so that we can have sponsors be able to write it off on their tax or something like that. So, but basically the funding is to find ways, like I was mentioning about the entertainment part, right? The experience. Yeah. We're trying to see all those funds come in and be like, what can we give? How can people leave here and be like, damn, freaking it was fun, right? Because the money is not for the nonprofit or us. It's for it literally is just going back to you. It's just going back to you. We're just trying to figure out how we can make the experience better. Enhance it or something performance-wise. But the biggest thing is we want people to come back on Sunday. How can we bring people back on Sunday so they can enjoy the festivities? That's being worked on. That's what we want. And yes, we're gonna have more porta potties, so don't worry, people.
Hey, that was my next question.
There's gonna be a ADA compliant porta potty as well. Because the first time I was like, dang.
Yeah, you're out for a while, huh?
And a lot of these boys are like, man, if you're just gonna please go to telephone pole over there, man. You coming peeing in the porta potty? Like give the girls so they can use the porta potty. You go over there to that pole.
That sounds like a pal thing to do. Standing in line just to pee.
But yeah, literally, it was just the liquids. Just people were, just, and I don't really want to keep pushing why people were peeing, which is a great thing. Cleanse your system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now that this tournament has been going on this long, I think there's no reason why, one, there shouldn't be a committee, and two, it shouldn't have some kind of like self-funding, like if you're to pay for Sarah, like you guys should be able to shut down that food place, and then you guys have your own like selling merch and food just to bring back into the funds. And then ongoing to throughout the years. And then it makes it harder too because like you said, right? Like we have the most teams here in Washington State. So if it goes to like a place like Arizona, where they don't have that many teams, like there's already funds there that can help them take care of the stuff they need to take care of. And they probably could supply the manpower, whether it's just to cook the food, because they might have like 2 solid teams, not literally solid, but like 2 full teams, compared to here where there's like upward almost 20 teams, could be almost 20 teams, and everybody could help each other. But at the same time, it's harder because not everybody wants to commit to, not everybody can commit to like helping with logistics. So by having the committee and then you employing, like teams and people so that they're there and they're available to, in your words, enhance the experience.
Yeah. And Washington, we all know Washington just has a lot of teams. A lot of people from back home live here in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and up and down the West Coast. But yeah, like for here, for example, all the teams out here, we're hoping that they can also pitch in on helping with other logistic stuff with like parking and all these different things. So when that time comes, we'll roll it out to the teams and ask who what teams if they can assist in certain things. Because for 4 people to try to manage everything and you're playing at the same time, it's crazy. And we just want to make sure that the tournament runs really smoothly, especially with the brackets and all these stuff going on at the same time, 4 different divisions. And also just to speak on the 2 divisions it's not a lot of teams play a lot of softball, so we just have these 2 divisions so that we can keep all the really experienced players in one division, and the ones that just. Because a lot of these teams, I see there's a lot of new teams.
Yeah.
Just coming out from CNMI. They're just coming out of the work to play. And then you look at the roster and you're like, where's these names? What am I looking for? What are you trying to stack and then play, play down, in the lower division. So we have to figure out a way to kind of.
Why, there's people that are doing that?
No. I'm just saying when they start turning in their rosters and stuff like that, right?
I didn't say, dang, you brought your laptop. We start calling names out.
Just just when roster starts coming in, but again, we really hope coaches build their team around what it is about. It's CNMI. Hopefully, they field their teams with so many CNMI players, at least 51%, so that it's fair across the board. But you can't be going and taking what's his name from C conference or whatever conference, and you're gonna have 2 or 3 or 4 of them. And be like, we can bring 4. Yeah, but like your friend, like your friend, like your friend from work, or damn, bro, not your other friend that you're traveling with. Damn.
Not your big friend.
Yeah, not that friend. But to make it fair, right, and then put your team in a division where you want to, where you think the level of experience your team is playing. Don't be like a sandbagger. You want to go play down.
Mandugueros, the show.
So basically the lower is like Iraq pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is high. The upper division is what, D or D plus, whatever, and above. you know, and then you just have to start looking, you know, the other players, the non-CNMI players, what tags they are, you know, and stuff like that. If they're tagged, or, you know, we have to find a way to figure out how to see who these guys are. And some people might be getting phone calls. Hey, you see Tom Smith? Do you know this Tom Smith from Arizona? Yeah, man, I was playing up there in that C tournament, and yeah, that guy is over there. Yeah, this guy is bringing this. Oh, don't bring it, you know, something like that, you know, to where we can ask. You know, some guys that do travel ball, can ask, hey, tumusta na? Natauta, or, you know, so we can vet these names. You know, I don't think a lot of teams is gonna do that, you know, but all it takes is one to go to that field and somebody says, Brett, there's the Glen, you know, but hopefully teams don't do that. And
Yeah, I think especially if it's like the lower division,
and,
you know, like their friend could be that guy, which it's not bad, right? If it's just one
yeah,
guy.
if it's one guy,
But at the same time, like, we also have to consider what we're doing this for, right? It's not only one integrity, but I think for me, if I was to bring people from outside, it's like, I don't want anybody that's going to create conflict. But more importantly, it's the safety of the other people that don't know how to play, or they just want to have fun.
Yeah.
They don't know all the nuances of actually being competitive.
I mean, we could just make it one division, and teams are just gonna run some teams.
Yeah.
You know, so
initially I was kind of against it, that whole thing, because, you know, I've been on that side where we got run the hell up, you know, and we learned from it. And that was my thinking was, I mean, sometimes you just have to be that team that just gets run the hell up, and, you know, learn and see what it looks like to have a good team. So you have players that grow into that. But then after seeing like how dangerous it can get, that's where I was just like, yeah, this I totally understand, totally agree. And then also seeing like how some teams are pretty damn stacked, and they have these players that you shouldn't be on the same field as some guys that, you know, especially the guys that come just for, you know, okay, I'm just bringing my nephew to come play catcher or something, and then, you know, fucking seeing the kind like you just get a cutoff and you're throwing home to your nephew that's playing catcher, then you get blasted in the eye, like just shit like that, you know. So it's like knowing like, okay, maybe it's not, you know,
and hopefully they get better, where the following year now they can say, okay, guys, man, we can move up now. Now we can.
There's something to look forward to. Yeah, if you keep working.
Yeah, but now you don't want to just keep staying there. You know, move up. You know?
I think in some instances that's happened. Like I've seen that. You know, like the younger kids, like just trying, and then next thing you know, they're out there like freaking practicing. They're practicing, and then they come out the following year, and it's like, oh damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at the best example. Look at the Luta teams.
Yeah.
You know, I think now they got like 5, right? And
Now they're in
man,
the
even
championship
my nephew was pitching, and you know, see Jay Mundo's son was pitching. I was like, you know, that's the boy. He goes, yeah, cool. Oh, what the? You know, but
I remember him.
You know,
he's
but,
small and young too. Fuck.
yeah, but that's the thing. They want to come and, you know, enjoy the game, and we just want to make sure the teams are in their right division, right? So they're not.
And all the reason for why we should be preserving it.
Yeah.
It's because of instances like that.
Yeah, because now they're gonna move up. They play a few years here. Now they're gonna be like, man, I need to go up there and see what's up.
Yeah.
What's going on up there?
Yeah.
That's my skills.
Yeah, like Luther does it
When
right,
you get
because
older.
they have multiple teams, right? So like it seems like they have their stages. So like if you're, you know,
It's like
they
varsity,
place you,
JV.
yeah,
they
and
got
then
C
if you're
team.
good enough, then they
That's-
move you up to
That's
the.
exactly.
And then they have a team that goes that's been to the championship like 3 years straight now or something. So it's like that. Like you create kids that are playing enough to where they get so much experience, they just got better, and then they get moved
they
up,
get
and
trained,
now they're
and-
creating championship like family teams. So it's cool.
Their group is pretty dope, dude.
And they're good. Bunch
I
of good
think they
guys
have like
too.
a banquet the night before or something, just the
they-
team, bro.
they award
I was
the
like,
team.
I was like, dude, that
Yeah.
thing I seen, I was like, bro, that's what you call.
Yeah, Lawrence and Jay, Mundo, and all those guys, man, they've really, you know, built all of that, and you know, and all the other guys there, but yeah, that is really what it's about, you know, and you know, man, let's see what 20 more years is gonna bring.
Yeah.
Speaking of 20 more years, like what is your hopes
Which I'm
for
not gonna
this
be
tournament?
a part of after.
What are your hopes for this tournament? What are you hoping for this tournament moving on in the future?
just the biggest and the baddest tournament that this United States is going to experience, for our CNMI people that are living out here. And there's a lot of teams coming out from Saipan.
Really?
A lot of players coming out and then hooking up with their cousins and stuff like that here in the States, and they come and they all merge.
That's good. Yeah, that's awesome to see.
Merge here at Sarah Park.
Yeah,
I mean,
Saipan has their own Labor Day tournament now too, right? Isn't Thon holding
That started last year, right?
last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were playing. I think at at a gym.
Yeah,
It's a super, right?
yeah.
Oh, and the one thing I wanted to mention is the women's division. I mean, man, we have a lot of girls that are very interested in playing. Now we're up to 10 some teams. 10 teams wanting to play is
That's badass.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
You
yeah.
know, I think the women need to be showcased as well with their talents and to play ball. That's why when you walk into Sarah Park, literally on the left, that's where they're playing. They're right there, showcase, so that people can see our women play softball.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we should push it. And now they have their daughters that are playing. Then now we might have to have masters, eight division,
For real.
master women's and regular women's. But yeah, I mean. But I think the Masters division should be. I think it's going to hold ground for many years to come. As the players get older, they start moving up, and then I kind of wanted to move up the age to like 45, 50, because damn, our team alone, old man by the sea. We're literally old man by the sea. Down in Vegas, we were average 58 years old.
No
From
shit.
the squad.
Yeah, that's pretty down.
I'm 40. I'm 48.
The ESOL guy's probably like 45, huh?
Probably young cats, man.
Yeah.
The Masters brought the vibes, though.
Oh yeah.
58 teams. 58 years old average. One guy's 64.
Oh, yeah.
The other's 59, and then you average it out. You're like, damn, we hold. But these guys are experienced. They've played many years. From when they were young to playing so many years of softball.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then who knows? Maybe there won't be a upper or lower division for going further down. Maybe everybody would be pretty good at that point, and now you can just make one old division. But that's gonna take up the whole plywood. For
That's why there needs to be a committee.
16. But see, then that's the thing, right? What are we trying to do?
Yeah.
Are we trying to just keep making it bigger and bigger? Is it about the big, or is it about, we cannot stray away from what the meaning is, right?
I like the way Ian
maybe
put
more
it
teams,
back in 2000.
more women teams.
I think it was 2022, right? That was the last one.
Yeah,
here.
the one.
Yeah, me and Ian were talking. He came out to our warehouse and we were talking. And I just like the way he put it. It's like the main thing is the reunion with softball as the side piece, And I like the way he put it. And I never thought about it like that. But if you go to the tournament, it really is that more than anything. Yeah, people are paying attention to softball, but you have thousands of people there, and they're really there to see their family, And then there might be the players and everybody's like hyped up to play and get on the field, and you get hyped up when you're on the field in front of your family. But like you said, it feels way more like a family reunion.
Then all your friends you haven't seen for a while, everybody, man, you might see your teacher you haven't seen since freaking, you never know who you're gonna run into. That's what makes it so amazing. Like, who am I gonna see today, good or bad, or neutral, or was this the bully that was bothering me in school, and then now we're like really best friends? Who knows what it comes to. But I know one thing is that it's just fun. People enjoy their time. But talking about it might be moving to Oregon next year.
Nice.
So
Wallace Park.
Delta Park.
again?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think Delta is a really nice park. You drink, you don't even have to go to the garbage can. You just drink like this, and then somebody come to, oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate
bye-bye.
And
it.
then, like you're talking, you don't even need porta potty. You just go to the back and you just
Yeah.
pee in the woods.
100%.
And man, you don't even, all you have to do is put it in one area. The next morning,
It's all go. Yeah.
just gone. I mean, gosh.
I do have a question. Are you guys still accepting vendors, or is that
Yeah, so we're still so basically go on send your interest to chamalinians
Okay.
at gmail.com because we have this list of vendors that we have to go through and then
You vetting them too?
lanyard. See, this is the thing this my nephew of mine here. So yeah, so we got to figure out where to because we can't mix the merch and the food, right? We don't want your awesome shirts to be smelling like somebody's frying lumpia right next door and right so and
might
then
sell better if you're still
and then the mom and pops the wrap foods right because we can't really have open flames or anything like that within the park premises within the gates so it has to be prepackaged stuff for like food so that one we can like mix with the merchants right so as they're getting the food I'm like I might need a shirt or maybe get a shirt and be like oh I'm hungry and then you want something bigger there's like so we got food trucks that we're trying to figure out how to put and because we can't have everything in the middle.
Yeah.
You're talking about thousands of people rolling through there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we need to find ways to have the flow of people going in and out where it doesn't affect nobody gets injured and all of that because safety also is number one concern is making sure people are safely going throughout the park without being jammed.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see lines going like this and then one going there. So trying to make it like a flow.
Yeah. So do you guys take so if we made a donation and try to be a sponsor, will we get priority over?
But that's a very good discussion to
I think that warrants a yes or no.
make. We have
And NB would like to be a part of like some kind of sponsorship or donate good donation for the tournament this year.
Yeah, we can have those. Bring it to the committee that's watching, and I'll pass it along. And but yeah, if you wanna and an interest to sell merch and all of that as well. Yeah, I think it's doable.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't reach out to anyone, but I already kind of had it in mind. We're just
Just send an email to chamalinians at Gmail, and then we'll set that up and so forth. We're trying to make that channel, that one main channel, to where we can see everything.
Yeah.
I see some people like on my personal messenger. They're like, "Hey," I said, "Okay, guys, just send it to here so everybody can see the entire thing." Because man, trying to like go check your personal and then that email, and then I have like 3 email inboxes open on my phone. So I'm like, "Okay, guys, forward that to this. Go there."
And then the Facebook and everything too, where everybody's reaching out.
Yeah, Lawrence is. Man, he is the Labor Day media guy. I mean, for so many years, he's just been like going around, just taking videos, and he puts it all together.
Yeah.
I'm just so amazed with the guy, man, and his skills are just out of my
Solid work. I mean, he's even captured like good moments, even moments of people that are no longer with us that were being part of the tournament. Like it's cool to see. And he even does like memorials, or like shout out for birthday. Like obviously people that are close to him, but just to have somebody like that has access to a database that he's created, and then he can do that. It's pretty awesome to see.
And then like when teams register and they finally say they're in, then he has a whole video that he creates for them. Like,
Exactly, and
them.
that's
Like,
what once we get all of this, it's just. And then he just does his magic. Right?
Yeah.
He just times it right, puts all this music. Who's gonna take these guys out? They're like,
Keyboard warriors.
See only fans, No, you guys team pretty solid, man. You guys pretty team solid. I mean, you guys work your way to where you're at. you work hard to get to where you're at. It's not easy work. It's not like you just woke up. Oh man, I can hit. Well, I can.
No, these guys did.
You know.
That weekend they just woke up and they were just eating balls.
I think so. Us, it takes them maybe 15, 25 years. Oh shit, I can hit a home run. Damn. That was my first hit on my MSC with that the senior bat. I was like, boom, nah, that was it. the entire tournament, I was like, God damn, see what's this bat? It's a dangerous bat, man. Those are dangerous bats.
Yeah, that was fucking. You remember when did I tell you about when I found out like you guys' team last year? We were driving. I think we just came from the airport, and then I don't know if I like just randomly I was like, so who's even on you guys' team? Because he just like kind of said that he's playing with OnlyFans. Then he started mentioning the team. I was like, you guys have a fucking shitload of shortstops on your fucking team. No, that's a bad deal, bro. Like, as soon as he said, I'm like, bro, this shit.
Outfielder playing shortstop.
It don't even make any sense about this team, bro. It's fucking crazy. Like, but it's fun to watch, you motherfuckers, though. It was fun to watch.
I think that's the difference, you know, and like, you know, to our point, right? Like we often talk about it. Like that's what the kids get to watch, you know. Like I see a lot of kids that are fans of Pau, you know, fans of Yon.
Yeah.
You know, ask me, how do you swing? Can you know, like he's doing clinics on the side of the dugout. And I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like it's funny, but it's actually pretty cool. Like that's me growing up watching Saipan Major League, you know, like just idolizing these older guys.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that we get to bring that here. But I think for us, like my whole theory on that is that I think we're all experienced to a point where we just know to do a job, right? Not like just remove any drama or what you believe in yourself. Like don't bring that. Just do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And push it to the next guy. And if you fuck up, your turn's gonna come. So instead of focusing on that, just wait for your turn to come back again and then go out and deliver.
Yeah.
You know.
All by experience.
Yeah, you can see it on the field too. You can see you guys brought it all together, you know, this time. And I mean, nobody was stopping you guys. It's like you guys blew out everybody, right? Like 15 plus runs at least.
I think so.
Each game. So it's like
4.
You hear that, guys? You got a lot of work to do up there, up in division.
Two of our games were like flip flop.
Yeah.
And then the other 4 were just 10 run.
Yeah, see. Still, like you guys, you could see it though. Like even teams that when you guys were playing close, like it was close early on, and then it was like, okay, you just gotta wait. It's like it's gonna come. There's gonna be, you know, because you know those teams that just when there's close games, they're a little nervous and stuff starts to happen, like not in your way, like not in your favor. So you start to like, oh shit, they might get us. But you could see it in like you guys' teams, like, oh no, it's gonna flip at some point. At some point we're gonna get it and it's gonna click, and then we're just running away with it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's kind of cool.
that comes with experience. Like that doesn't just come.
Yeah, it's kind of cool now that we're transitioning to like team strategies. But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
You know, I think for the most part, like the young kids coming up, I think for the most part they're like kind of scared, not scared, but like a little bit intimidated, right? Like if they want to play in the upper division and they start putting names into their story. Oh, they have such and such and they have such and such. And it's like, man, that's the reason why we're going to lose when we start predicting stuff like that. Just go out there and just do what you know how to do and tell your boys. And you know that's the best way to manage a team is when everybody knows their job. And just do your job.
Just do your job. Just do it.
That's the one thing that I would hate. Like when we're going up against like a team and then they start doing that. Like, bro, that guy bleeds just like you bleed. Like they can fuck up and pop up just like you've watched like top guys in the in majors and stuff. Like they're popping up to the catcher too. Like you're the same thing, bro. We're just go out and play. If you did your job, like you don't have to sit there and hit bombs like everybody. If you're literally hit 1,000 in a tournament and just hitting singles to the 5-6 hole, you're still like the man. Like that. Like then that helps the team a lot. Like you don't have to be, your name doesn't have to be big, but if you're fucking consistent, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that makes you bigger than the big name.
Because that guy, the big name could have been, he hit 5 bombs in 9 games you played that weekend, but he didn't do anything else. Like, does that really make him bigger than you when you hit 1,000, over a whole weekend? Like, it's really a team game, and you can only win like with guys that are pitching in every inning, And I mean, you got to string things together. You have to work together when it comes to defense, all that stuff. So you can have big names, but you got to work together. We saw that firsthand when we went out to Vegas that one year.
I mean, it's wild, bro. Because like I was the bottom of the lineup, you know, and like in the past, yeah, I probably would have been like, "But what the fuck you put me down here for?" But now it's like, dude, that job is important. I gotta bring this motherfucker back to the top, to the guys. You know, and most times it was like me leading off.
Yeah.
And that's like perfect. So how I set the tone, like I'll leg out a double. That like sets the tone, you know. Now it's like, okay, I better be ready to run all the way home because the next person's gonna bring me home.
Yeah. And that's always been like when you come in those tight games, like what happens? You always have the bottom of the lineup come up. It's just like fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when you have strong guys that are down there, and a lot of people hate that too. Like you said, like I would have hated it if that was, 10 years ago. But when you understand like how the game goes with experience, you understand like we're gonna need you at some point. So when it's your time comes and it's the fucking last inning and you're leading off the inning, you better do your job. You were hating and getting pissed off this whole time, and when it comes to the time when we need you, you fucked it up.
It comes from experience, bro. Because like I jammed with these guys when I was like 16, 17, 18. Well, not him, but like the Islanders that were out here. Because they had a team down in Tacoma. Yeah. And then these guys were up in West Seattle. But yeah, I mean, the most profound thing that I ever done is like full base, 2 outs, tying run on third. I get 3 balls, 1 strike, and I swing at the next pitch and pop it up. And nobody tells me that, but I am just like, you dumbass motherfucker, bro. Like that was ball 4. You probably walked in the tying run, right? Give somebody else a chance. You know, but once again, you have to be able to self-assess yourself, unless you're just gonna keep circling that same toxic shit again.
Like this last Labor Day in Vegas, I was fucking shit, bro. Like 1 hit the whole tournament, like never been that bad. But at the same time, it's like, I've had tournaments where I literally win 1,000, like Labor Day tournaments where I hit 1,000.
You can have one off.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're good.
But I'm just saying, like, that's where you like, am I supposed to be mad? Like, get mad about it and be a fucking shithead and be mad at everybody else or have fucking bad attitude or anything like that? No, like, I know this comes with the game. Like, you're not gonna fucking come out here and the game's gonna humble you. Like, that's
and it's like the shittiest place to be that because everybody's here. The family's here. The friends are here. We're reuniting, and now you're over there like fucking poo-poo pants. Like
trying to be hyped up.
Just like I'm, like then it comes like even though I'm not maybe performing in the sticks or whatever, I'm still a leader of this team, so I still have to be there for them. I still have to fucking support them and show them. But it's like making sure you, like you said, self-assess, know who the hell you are. It's like, no, you're not gonna always have it, but how can you still support your team and how can you still be there for them? You might not be bringing fucking hits for them and bringing runs in or nothing, but you better be opening your mouth and fucking making sure the rest of the guys got your back.
Playing some good D. Playing some good defense.
I mean, if you're not playing good defense too, just sit down. Probably. If I wasn't doing that, I would have bet myself like fuck it.
Well, you're bringing one or the other, so
it's like, dudes,
that's a team right there. But man, if you're just bringing nothing, I sat myself down. The heat and the alcohol. But I sat myself down. I looked at the guys. I was like, nah, man, I'm just done. Give me about an hour.
I might be biased, because I've been out here for a long time. I mean, you were out here before I am. When did you come out here?
93.
93. Wow, no, we came here at the same time. I came here in 93.
Yeah, then I met you for the first time.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're not letting that go.
Hey.
All my life.
This is about Labor Day. This did not happen during the CNMI Labor Day.
But it's within the context of the CNMI.
No, it's not. Turn off the mic. Turn off his mic.
No, it's been crazy to see, and I might be biased, right? But I feel like Washington influenced the softball community. I mean, there's players in every state, but I feel like out here in Washington kind of revived like the game and transferred it throughout the states. And then obviously people moving from back home that all played, the sport kind of created their own teams and started training their own people. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I always feel like Washington State was the birthplace of like what really made this shit happen. Because I can see it transfer throughout the communities, like the Koshran community, right? You want to talk about a team that just want to try something, and then they next thing you know, they're like hot because they don't play softball, and they were always fast pitch.
Yeah.
And I was playing with them. Me and Lima were playing with them back when they were playing up at Foster's.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "You play softball, man? That's boring, man. Only girls play like that, mountain pitch, And then next thing you know, they try it. And what are they doing now? And they're just trying to run it.
Use one bat. One bat.
They have like the big Micronesian tournaments, like
out in the Midwest, man.
Yeah.
Like fucking
That's
Oklahoma,
100
Missouri.
That's 100
Kansas.
plus teams, if I'm not mistaken.
They're massive, man. They're so big.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think it's
they're
Labor
loud.
Day weekend too, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think they play it at the same time.
Yeah,
And that's like just imagine if they made their own committee and everybody made their own committees, and then now we have like the Micronesian games of like softball,
oh shit.
bruh.
Game over.
Yeah.
I mean, you see how it's like with just the Palau tournaments when
They let everybody.
people climbing the fence, it's like it's lit.
Shaking the fence.
And then you want to talk about your friends from work, they're like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's real.
But yeah, you're right with the Washington exposing softball to a lot of people out here. Because like I said, when I started playing, I didn't know any other local teams that were playing softball. And then we would play Triple Crown, and then we would go down, travel. They're like, "Oh man, you guys play softball?" Yeah, we come here to play. That's when they started creating their teams.
Like
And
Vegas didn't have a team when we were going down
they
there.
never played. They're like, well, "You guys coming down here in this heat to play softball? You guys crazy." Now we're all playing the same heat.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's more than that. Even I think it's like when like a lot of people come out from Saipan, even if they didn't play, but they didn't have necessarily like a lot of family here or anything like that. But they come up here, and then the first people they meet is the people that play softball, and they just like, "Oh, my cousin, let's say my cousin just flew out, and I play softball," or he met somebody that plays softball, and then they just invite them out, and they just
They
start playing.
connect.
Then they found their new family, like basically, right? So it's like softball kind of like brings that, at least for our people, like it brings people like they're from their new families, especially when they come out here, because like. Think of it like if we just came out here, like I think about if I came out here in 07 after I graduated and I wasn't playing softball, I don't know who the fuck I would be hanging out with. Like honestly, like who the hell would I go? What would I look forward to? Yeah, what would have never happened, And it's like softball brings those connections and those that family that you kind of look for.
No, I mean,
when you, especially coming out of
speaking of connections, so we had our team down there, and then I played with Uncle Quinn down there in Tacoma. That's when I was in high school, and then these guys had their team. So Uncle Quinn used to play for both. He'd be down there, and then on their weeknights up here in West Seattle, they played up here.
Yeah.
And then just one weekend, I guess, because that's when the Island Boys were starting to formulate. And it's like, "Hey, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go practice in West Seattle." So I said, "All right." And that was kind of like my first time to venture out of Tacoma. Like to go into like the neighbor, like been to Seattle, yeah, but like into the neighborhoods of like, like I'm excited. I'm gonna go see my people,
Rat City.
and see my
White
people.
Center.
And so we showed up, made two teams, and then we were just gonna scrimmage. So I went up to bat, fucking went to first. I went to first, and this fucker was at first. And I was like, "Yo," I said, "You're Uncle Jess." He's like, "Who are you?" I said, "You don't remember me? Wooten, man, you used to tie me to the couch."
This guy.
And then I couldn't hold it. I told everybody, "Hey. This guy, Uncle, man, he used to tie me to the couch."
I said, "Fuck you, Wooten." Damn, son, I haven't seen you in fucking years, bro.
Oh shit.
But yeah, man, that's this person. Actually, we met at the softball field.
Connections.
I was like, God damn, I haven't seen you for years. But yeah, but in terms of tying, okay, I was okay scared of his mom, and then the mom said, "Hey, if he gets naughty, tie him." This is just good. He just do his thing. This one here, it's like trying to find a needle in the haystack in Garapan. Fucking this guy. So, yeah, we don't listen. Just tie him. Like me and my dumbass tie him with the sofa. He just picked it up, took out the lana, and then went running around and said, "Holy shit, I need to find this guy before the mom."
Oh, this was in Saipan?
And they used to drop the kids, and then we just hang on and watch him. I mean, we're not many years apart, but there's younger nephews of mine that I watch, and we just kind of basically all the parents are working, and we're just at the
No, like I always said, but at least like I wasn't mad that you had to tie me to the couch. I think I
Man,
think
I thought we were gonna get away from this subject.
I think it's more traumatic that he had the decency to at least give me a long enough rope that I can crawl through the door and watch them ride his bike with his friends. And it's like, now looking back, it's fucking traumatizing.
You know that did not happen. You know that did not happen. He's always trying to add some juice into the water that's non-existent. But yeah, man, I was scared of his mom, man. Mom would beat me up, man. If this guy better make sure Wilton is here. I said, what about he's not moving. He's just there. This one, yeah, man. I'm like, man, can you just fucking keep still? Stay in your fucking seat, man.
Trying to ride my bike.
Gosh, nobody's doing anything. But yeah, this guy just, yeah, but yeah, over the years got really close. But yeah, we grew up all together. Like I said, we're only 3 years apart, 4 years apart.
That's until you went to the Northern Islands, right?
Yes,
that's before you came out
to
here.
go fishing.
To go fishing. Where did you go?
Anatahan. Yes.
That's where Uncle Jess had his bicycle with no seat.
What bicycle? I don't know what bicycle he's talking about.
That's some like London.
One thing that guy said, my God, this guy, they just kept running around. I was like, Jesus, guys, you guys still in that damn bicycle? But yeah, every time they mention it, I'm like, you guys got to be kidding me. But
Let
yeah,
it go.
It's crazy how one thing is said and it just years. Once in a while, you just throw it out there. Yeah, Uncle, but what about that? I said, bruh, damn, if you guys really want to ride a bicycle with no seat, go find one. Gosh.
That's why they call it trauma.
I never had one. But yeah, man, it's freaking awesome. But yeah, can't wait. Ooh, it's gonna be busy.
So when are the fees due?
June 1st.
June 1st.
June 1st, everybody.
575.
575 June 1st. The fees due, rosters are due. We're gonna run it through the IRS system. Make sure you guys.
They're short staffed right now, so don't send them nothing. It's gonna take a while.
But yeah, fees are due, guys. There's a lot of teams on the waiting list waiting to take your spot. So, come June 1st, your fees not paid. We'll just you're moving way down the waiting list.
They come out the list
and just keeps going up.
Okay.
So it just rotates.
And then anybody that has any question,
any questions, please shoot an email out to chamolinians@gmail.com. ChamoliIans@gmail.com. That's it, man.
Google it.
Yeah, Google.
you gotta try that again.
Can you put that on the camera, just like the email?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell Mark because he's not gonna know how to spell it either.
Yeah.
But I'll
All right,
spell it
guys.
out
So
for you.
right down here underneath, that's gonna be posted is the Chamolinians email. Okay, thank you so much. Don't reach out to me on Facebook because I'm gonna go on live tonight on other things. Thank you. But yeah, definitely, man. It's gonna be fun. It's nerve-wracking. We're so many months away, but yeah, we just gotta make sure we got everything in line so that everything is successful. It's a lot of people to manage.
A lot of stuff going on
Yeah,
until you get that mic in your hands again. Huh?
30.
Then it's all that crazy work is over.
with the life rolling.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's awesome. It's such a great feeling, man. I always have the best time.
Yeah.
Just seeing everybody and just having fun. That's all it is, man. All the awesome memories you create in life. Because without all these memories, what's the point of living? It's just memories of awesomeness. And then,
wrong one. My bad.
Oh. So we're going to start.
Wrong one.
All right. But yeah, man. It's so awesome. Are we almost at the are we close?
He's like, I'm running out of
I saw the music. I heard the music. So I was like, is that a cue?
No, that was just going for your.
This is my first podcast. I've never done a podcast before.
You're doing pretty good,
Yeah.
man.
No,
Pretty
I've
solid.
never done a podcast before, man.
There you go.
I almost choked on my spit, but hey, what it is.
The podcast virgins. Wait.
Yeah.
If
Oh, you've been joking,
Chameleons is the only thing you don't know how to spell in the podcast, we're still doing okay.
Hey man, I spelled it correctly to my knowledge. Yeah, just when it's so long, you're gonna jamo.
Too many syllables. Too many syllables.
Yeah, so my next question is, when are you going to join the run club?
The run club. Yeah, I've been watching you guys' run club, man. I run backwards. I don't run forward. But yeah, I would, try to join one of you guys' run clubs one of these days.
That's something I want to do actually for Labor Day weekend.
Shakeout?
I want to have a shakeout run for, just
Yeah,
have a meet
definitely.
on Labor Day weekend. We had somebody actually bring it up. I think it was LJ or no Mac McGarrett. He's like he wants to run with the group. So I was like, man, that'd be actually dope. Hold maybe one Thursday night or something like that. Just fucking hold a meet and
How long is
get
this
everybody.
this route here in Kent? This
the one that we
is
do.
a few miles, right?
The one that we did over here was only 2 miles, and then
okay.
3. We have a 3 mile route.
Yeah,
but
that's my limit. Just
yeah. Yeah, we don't make it
the
crazy.
5. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna try and put something together. Maybe the Thursday night, because since it starts Friday morning, so try and
I
put
mean,
something
you
together.
guys may not know, but some of you guys' videos, man, be motivating me to work out in my side.
There we
side, just doing my thing. I say, yeah, they did 20, so I'll do 10.
That's 10 more than yesterday.
No, but it's awesome content, awesome messages you guys are pushing out to our people. We really do need to be taking care of our health so that we can have this longevity in our lives. Positive messages and all that. I mean, yeah, man. If you don't like hard shit, just don't go on there.
No, there you go, because it came out. It came out from Uncle Jess.
So what's you guys' cue when you end a podcast? When you just don't run out of anything?
when we know, we usually know.
Oh, so
we can feel it.
Let me take out my bottle, lay my back. Get started. Bro, if
you
I'm
should
wrong-
have started with that.
Bro, if I'm rolling around with it, I have a problem. Bro, seriously, if I roll around with the bottle, bro, you really do have a problem.
No, that's something we have to do though. Like, I don't know if we talked about it yet, but like we have to do a pod where we drink, but we have to do at least for me, I have to do something hard and challenging for me to earn my drinks. So I don't just drink anymore.
So what you just said there is exactly what I do to have 2 beers after work. It's workout.
Oh yeah,
For 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's something.
And I was like, okay, so if I'm gonna drink 2 beers, if I drink 3, I might have to work out for an hour. That's literally what I'm putting in my head. So if I don't work out, I can't touch the beer.
Man, talk to
You
AJ.
know?
Talk to AJ about that, man. That's how it.
Man, that's what I was like. My wife is like, honey, what the hell? We're gonna eat dinner. I said, honey, I need to drink some beer later on. So I need to get this. I need to get this workout out, man. You want to join?
You gotta factor in the dinner now.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of things too is you mentioned about rice. I was really cutting down on rice, but I was like, what, I'm working out. Shit. AJ said the rice is not the problem. It's just that I eat little, right? I just eat little. I used to eat a half a plate of freaking rice every time I got off from work, twice a day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was like, okay, maybe portions.
Yeah.
Maybe portions. So, I just kind of
Assess.
did what I needed to do because I'm not getting any younger. So, and just some nights you mow the yard, and okay, I deserve a couple of beers. End my night. Like tonight, after I beat Wooten in cornhole, I might have a couple. But you guys, do you think teens would be interested in like a cornhole tournament?
During the softball
Yeah, the losers.
Wow, guys, he's already calling. He's ready. He thinks he knows what's the outcome. Okay, to you 19 upper teams out there, check it. I was thinking about it, but I was like, man, I don't know. It's just gonna.
How
be
is
so
that gonna
weird.
factor into people weaving around your cornhole boards and?
I was thinking about that soccer field. I don't know. Just
No, because that could be a lot of side action too. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would show up just for that,
In between
and then
stuff, yeah.
flow into the tournament and support the merch and all the people.
It's also to make sure that we get people to come out to support all the merchants.
And it's like a buy-in tournament, right? Like you're not just setting boards out there and people are
no, you gotta I gotta win my money,
You
man.
gotta clarify that. You gotta clarify that. Say it on the mic two times.
Yeah. God damn, you said it so fast. I was almost sucked in the mic. Oh my god, guys, this podcast is getting going sideways. This is the chill
This is
time.
how we like it.
This is the chill time.
It's what do you call that when you're mid-flight? Oh, cruising altitude.
Losing out to, yeah. That's what I was saying. Was like one day we have to do like a pod where we drink.
Oh, if power drinks, I'm down.
But we have to do something hard though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what we're gonna do, but
See, I'll
it has to be like after a race.
I'm gonna
or,
say my
some
hard.
shit.
So I'll do semi hard and then we'll hang out and drink. Yeah, not that.
I don't know about.
I like medium shit.
I think it'd be fun doing it with you, like the hard shit and drinking and pod at the same time.
Oh, you love to see me suffer, huh?
Nah,
For tying him to the damn chair. God damn. He's just trying to find ways to make me suffer. There's one thing that I think maybe it's great we have a discussion on is the our brothers and sisters from Guam. Okay, because I don't think we even hit that yet,
yeah,
right?
we didn't cover it.
People say, "Oh, so is anybody allowed? All the people from Guam, blah blah blah." I say, guys, first of all, we're one chain of goddamn islands. You know, if they have a bloodline or some born in Guam bloodline to back, I mean, why are we even questioning them?
Yeah.
You know, yes, they should be able to play. Are they tokens? Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, come on, if you reverse the role, you want people to,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to really push this message of one Marianas. You know, I mean, it's literally the chain. It's not like they just took a big Guam rock and put it there. It was there.
Yeah.
It was all, and I think everybody came from there and went, I don't know. Or maybe they went to the smallest island. They're like, hey, man, there's a bigger one over there. Let's all go over there. So who went where?
Yeah. Yeah. How were they divided?
Yeah, I mean, if I was that guy, I'd choose Guam because it's a bigger island.
It's the kind of shit we need to be drinking.
Why did you go to the smaller one?
Yeah.
I mean, but see, that's, I don't know.
Because they don't have bicycle.
Or maybe because I'm half Palau. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that way.
That's it.
But hopefully,
I think
There's many of you that think that way.
when I was growing up though, there was a big I think just because of baseball, like how we were so competitive, it was always like CNMI versus Guam. But I think it was like we're always it's like CNMI versus Guam, like we're just fucking against each other. So it's hard to always think that we could be one. Because the way those games went, like All-Star games against them, it was not friendly at all. It was never fucking friendly. It's like it really felt like we were different people, which is fucked up, because it was so competitive. But it really was like we were different people. But then I don't know if that's like a mentality that was like brought out. I don't know. I always thought about it until, later, like playing softball with everybody.
I
it's just
grew
like,
up-
why are they tokens in our tournament? Or why would anybody think that they should be?
yeah. But yeah, they were even allowed.
And then you think, like,
And
what if
some
they
of
had
them
their
have
own?
family.
It could be bigger than ours, and then they don't invite us in. That's fucked up.
Then we'd
right?
say we'd say the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
bro, what the hell? I have family in Guam.
Yeah.
Like,
You create division for no reason.
and a lot of people that are actually from Saipan moved to Guam freaking so many years ago. They have kids with so many different other last names, but they're all
There's opportunity
all
there, so they win.
connection.
Yeah.
It's all connection. But yeah, I mean, it's okay to be competitive, but to say, we're just two separate people, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. For me, that's just my thought on.
I don't ride with that no more.
I think as we go,
Only young,
that stuff is slowly getting washed away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think growing up, like my time, you guys' time, especially during baseball, like I saw it too.
Yeah.
There's, even whether we go there, there's always that they posture up.
Oh, yeah.
And then they come to Saipan and they like posture it up. So So like we had like really like the games were awesome. Like they were hot.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, when you're thinking about it now, so many years older, and then I think it's all getting watered down.
Yeah.
Like because we don't see like the behaviors here outside of the field. It's not like that. So why would it be segregated
On the food.
to get onto the field?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're from Guam, I'm from Saipan. Okay, we're from
You know.
Marianas.
So you cannot use power leche, chelu, you know.
Well, that's their slang there. We got our own slang. You know, we have our own words and and all of that. I just think that if there's a connection, they should be allowed to play and not be considered a token. And actually, it's really nice that Vegas kind of said it like, hey, no, they're not. You're not a token.
Yeah.
You're
No,
just
that was cool.
So we're kind of because the tournament is evolving with everybody's kind of intermingling with everyone.
It's DEI.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Is this a DEI establishment or
No, absolutely not.
just pick it up?
Absolutely not. It's not in our policy.
I mean, and and I go back to the word respect, right?
Yeah.
Wherever you go in the world, you respect their culture. They come to your area, they respect your culture, right? And you just create that. I mean, who doesn't want to go and learn other cultures? I would love to go learn other cultures if I had the money to travel right now to go there, but I don't. But I would love to learn I would love them to also come and experience my culture. But the thing is, what is culture?
Yeah. I think because what's that like with all the API tournaments going on, the Palau tournaments that they've been holding the past couple of years. I think all of these are like. Remember, like all these guys are playing together, like in all the API tournaments, Memorial Day and July 4th, stuff like that. Then the Palau tournament, they opened it up also like to the Chamorro teams and Costa Rican teams. So it's like everybody's already playing together all the time. So then when it comes to Labor Day, and then you say, "Oh, you can't play in this one," like that's where it seems because this is all in Washington. This is all happening in Washington. So then you're telling them, "Oh, for the Labor Day tournament, you can't play." Like that's kind of fucked up. It's like you've been playing together this whole summer, the spring and summer, and then the big tournament. Probably like the biggest one out of all of them, you can't play like that. That's where it's fucked up. But that's just bringing in, we all are one, and we all like when we come out here, it's like Islanders basically stick together, and it doesn't matter where we're coming from, which islands we're coming from, but it seems like everybody's kind of like one group, one family. When it comes to softball, everybody's like together.
I mean, it's literally Nesian built.
I mean,
It's built.
yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally bringing all of these different cultures together.
Yeah.
And having that one mindset of all of us just, taking care of each other and enjoying our time.
I think that's kind of like how it came around because I was playing softball, so I was so deep in softball during that time when I started Nesian Built. Then that was a big reason why I thought of it that way, because like bringing Nesian Built because of how when we played softball, it was just like when we got on the fields, nobody knew where the hell we were from. Like all the other people didn't know. They didn't know what islands we were from. We could have been from different like Samoa, fucking, Saipan, Guam, wherever. They don't know, but they just know we're Islanders. So we stick together. Only we know the differences.
They knew they had to bring their A game.
But yeah, they knew that part.
The small people just running around.
yeah. So it's like, I mean, it is really good to see that, like you said, the game is evolving, and as like the game evolves, like we're evolving as people, like trying to bring everybody to keep.
We're all
everybody together.
intermixing.
Yeah.
And they're allowing us, so we should allow them. But still, we still have to go back to the core, right? And I hope people understand that. The core is always going to be the core.
Yeah.
It's not going to change it.
Yeah.
It's just when you come to Washington, we have these teams that have supported us throughout many years.
Yeah.
They should be allowed to join the tournament, but we have to give the other teams a chance to get it, to get in.
Yeah.
And then from there we can say, hey, okay, guys, but you cannot just go all out and be like,
I know it's pretty complex because, like, let's say in terms of fundraising too, like, who are those people that are going to come support your fundraising?
They're not all going to come from
Yeah.
It's these people that are going to come and support.
Well, that's why I say it's easier too for let's say like states like Portland and Idaho. It's easier for them to make it 100% because they don't have the same thing that where
Yeah.
we have in Washington, right? Like they don't have the other islanders that are supporting each other, like the API tournaments and stuff that we have here. They don't have that. They just kind of have their teams like from Portland and stuff. So it's understandable that they would, go about putting their tournaments together that way. That's why like I totally understood it when they did it, but it's like we have this whole big group of people that are playing, from different islands. So it's like hard to tell them like, we're gonna keep it just our people for this 100%. So
I just feel like if you say 100%, the magnifying glass is bigger,
yeah,
and the bigger the magnifying glass gets bigger, but people don't say anything because they see it,
yeah,
but they won't say
Yeah.
anything, right? And then when you have a tournament where it's just straight up, this is what it is. They can't like go around and try to make any, anything nefarious, or it's just one straight rule.
Yeah.
And it's the majority is 51. Not 50, we didn't say 52, 53, because now you're leading into, okay, just 2 tokens then.
yeah.
Then we're back to
Let's go
80.
right back to that. Yeah,
But the importance is to see our people on the field playing. That's the importance. You're not going to bring in all these people and then now all our people are sitting down.
yeah,
Right? And they're not playing. So what's the point? What's the point? If they're not that good, then okay, then go play on the lower division and get them better.
Yeah.
I think they want to get better. You just need to give them a chance to get better.
Yeah.
How are they going to get better if they're just going to be sitting there? And then you're fielding your teams with all these other guys.
yeah,
I mean, I've seen guys that didn't play that are now so good in playing softball. And the only reason why they're that good now is because they were given a chance to go and play on the field and experience it.
Yeah.
Because you can't experience anything sitting sitting on the bench. It's giving them that opportunity to go in there and make that decision. Up there hitting the ball, catching the ball. And everybody started from somewhere.
yeah.
Nobody just started being really good.
yeah.
I mean, besides, I guess, Wilton. But but yeah, I think that's really, I really think that really the way to go about it, and it just makes it more competitive having 2 divisions. I mean, we got so much pushback on having 2 divisions, but I was like, man, who the hell wants to get murdered?
Yeah.
Have the same team murdering all the other teams. It's like, man.
Yeah, especially when it's like it's well known like who should be in which divisions, like for the most part. And then there might be some teams that juggle, like you can probably put them in upper and they'll do okay. Probably, maybe they won't win, but they'll be competitive at least.
Or they will surprise everybody and win it all.
Exactly, it could be. Yeah, you never know. From all the tournaments we've seen, it is that chance that you never know. Somebody just fucking pops off.
Yeah, and then you see previous champions that's primarily almost the same guys in certain ways and everything, but it's because they're good. They play. They know how to play. And that's why they win. And if you want to get better and win, then hey, you gotta go put in the work to get to where you want to be. You can't just get there, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta work to get there.
That's
you
fact.
know. If you don't like hard shit, then Man. Okay, I'm getting the vibe now. All right.
So would you put the champion of the lower division and the upper division to play each other at the end?
Who's been spreading the information
No,
of
I'm
this
just asking.
Labor
I mean,
Day?
it's too. I'm just asking.
Well, yes, guys, we're gonna be putting it. It is part of the tournament that we're gonna implement. Is having one men's champion. So we're hoping that would bring more people back to see, because we're trying to find ways. Because remember how the tournament gets done and they're just everybody just go, but we want them to come and experience something, right? Come back and enjoy the festivities, the concert, the food that a lot of people help to prepare and feed everybody, and because that's what the money is for.
So
It's for all of these things.
So since you're speaking of it like that, like if people don't come back for the food, should that even be considered in the future? Like just to make it logistically easy?
I mean, it's always been part of the tournament. I don't want to be the one to kind of mention that, but I just think it's part of the tournament. Yeah, I really don't think that's going to be going away anytime soon.
There have been tournaments where like a team or the host prepares a bunch of food and nobody was there to get the. I remember seeing that. I think it was in California or something, where they prepared a bunch of food and there weren't a lot of people that were back that Sunday night for the banquet. So all that food probably went to waste or whatever. So that part does suck. But that's the point of like you saying. Find a way to bring people back on Sunday night.
And maybe there's other considerations where maybe families just want to spend the day in the city they're at on a Sunday, and the long weekend. So maybe push the tournament to start on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on Saturday, and because on the tournament it's that Saturday. That's as like games are rolling, right? Merchants and food is just rolling. You see, it's the heaviest day. I mean, we saw about, I think in 2015, think about 3,000, 4,000 people were crossing in and out. I mean, it's a lot of people. And some people are like, oh, there's a Southwood. Oh my God, there's food. They go buy food. Maybe they didn't go there for the Southwood itself, but maybe another family member of a family member, and they're all there hanging out. Hey, let's go get some food and watch some softball. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Now the vendors make their money, and the merchants all make their money, and we're all just helping each other.
Yeah.
We're just all there helping each other to you guys provide the services of selling shirts and all of that, and people selling their foods, and and then you get the little mom and pops 10 by 10 tent that wanna just share this prepackaged foods and stuff like that. I don't think we should be charging them an arm and a leg to, sell their stuff, But yeah, when you start seeing a food truck come in, that's like a different level. It's level 3. Level 3,
Different era.
I mean, because they're gonna sell. People are gonna sell food, and I would rather buy food there and support the merchants that are there rather than for me to go drive 5 miles, 10 miles to go grab some food.
You're gonna lose your parking.
Exactly.
Better take that e-bike.
They're like taking a risk, like, guys, do you want to just get like lumpia over there, or do you want to go down over there by the parking? Okay,
This is a good time for the young kids that just got their driver's license to park outside and run the DoorDash for them on Cook.
Oh hell yeah! Hey, there you go.
Uber Eats.
That's
Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Hey, Kariba, Uber Eats are just waiting outside. No?
Yeah. All the young kids, you need a friend that's 21, and then get you a Stripe app.
Bro, I think Andre started Uber Eats before Uber Eats started, bro. In Boise, what was it 2000? Like, it was the one right after COVID.
Yeah.
Andre was fucking going around.
Making runs?
My son, he was
Yeah.
getting money from people, like asking them, you want me to buy you something at a concession if they were away from the concession.
Oh.
He'd go get the food
Smart
and they
kid.
let him keep the change. And he just kept running, no shirt on, just fucking running back and forth. Dude. I was like, this fucking guy. We never saw him during the tournament. He's just making runs for people.
Easy. What?
Where you get
Easy roll.
No, that's another thing that's cool about the tournament, because it's like all family. So
don't have to worry.
you don't worry about your kids. Like, bro,
They know who kid
they're
it
just
is.
like,
you
hey,
know.
I saw your daughter over there.
Yeah. That's exactly what I didn't know what he was doing, and then they fucking tell me, he's like, dude, he's running food for people.
And all the kids are just hanging out
An
with each other, and then and these are like the kids that I see when we all first started that are running around with, now they're playing. My son is playing, and everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is so great. Now they all know each other, and that's what, and it's just gonna continue. It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe in 15 years we might have 2 senior divisions, upper and lower.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul playing with Levi. Levi's gonna be playing short, bro. Paul's at first.
But I get it, where to play the 2 divisions where you might have a dad and a son, and the dad is playing the men's, and the son is playing the other, and they wanna
They wanna play together.
Play together. I get it, but it's gonna be really tough.
Yeah.
To get that in there. And I got a no twice already, so I don't think a third time is gonna be a charm.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Piggybacking on Paul's question, so they're gonna play each other for the overall champ.
yeah.
So they're gonna be champs in their respectable divisions.
And then we should see who is the men's champion. To add another game in there to bring some flair. Bring some flair. People come back and enjoy. The music, the food.
Do they get a spot or anything? Like, does the lower division get a spot, like run spot for the championship?
No,
Or is it straight?
I think
straight up.
It might be a sandbagging team.
Make
already,
it a
so-
one pitch game. And it changes. It levels it out a little bit.
One pitch, no bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make it go by quicker.
And they go by faster
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
One pitch. Makes it a little fair, right?
Yeah, no home
One
runs.
another-
Easy.
If-
no home runs at all.
Yeah, if the team that won the upper division was blowing everybody out, and then they play the lower champion, it's not gonna make a big difference. So it's not like that's not gonna be more fun to watch. Gotta find something in there to keep it interesting.
Like if the lower division the option to home runs, but the upper cannot.
Oh,
No home runs at all.
Yeah, that would change it up.
Yeah, it's something that we're considering to add, just to again reiterate that, so that we can have another, so that everybody can say, hey, so who won Labor Day? Oh,
Oh
this
yeah,
team. But who won their respective divisions? Oh, this team, that team. And just have that one. So
That's cool.
yeah, we're seeing so many.
That's gonna be exciting,
Yeah, I think so. I think
especially
so.
like if it's the younger kids on the lower division and they come up and actually scoop it.
oh yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
bro,
Yeah. Like who's
you know where
Never
you're playing
bro.
next year.
You never- exactly.
the team
Exactly.
from Missouri, the Young Boys?
Oh yeah,
Those guys are
Sound
Sunday.
good.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
guys are good, man.
Yeah.
They're good. Even the first year they played, they were good. I was like, oh
yeah, Oregon, right?
yeah, Oregon. And I was
Yeah.
like, bro, because we played them when I played Caracas, and I was like, these guys are fucking solid, dude. They're a good ass team, and they, young, good arms, can run, and they play together. They're like all fucking cousins and brothers. Like, they're gonna be dangerous. Give them like 3 years, 4 years, and they're like, fuck, everybody's gonna be trying to keep up with these dudes. But it's because they're still on that small glove life. They just gotta move on. Let me add a quarter inch, and then it changes everything for you, bro.
Good shit right there, fellas.
Well, that was awesome, man. Paui.
So, nothing. It was
So-
great.
What's our run right? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
We're
so
right at our.
anybody that have questions, any question,
Yes,
go
any
to
questions.
chamolinian@gmail.com
Yes, vendors. Yep.
because Uncle Jess spelled chamomile.
Set CHAMO lenient at gmail.com.
We'll put it down in the notes so everybody.
Yeah,
can
AJ will
see
put it right down here. Okay, everybody
And
check it out.
anybody that is interested in jumping in on your live, how do they reach you? On Facebook, TikTok?
And dates for Labor Day too. There's no.
Which one?
We never said dates either for.
Oh
actual Labor
yes, August 29th through the 31st of August. 8, 29, 30, 31.
At chamomile.
Chamo hit for.
Nice.
You didn't drop your credentials for
Which one?
your TikTok? People want to follow you on TikTok?
Guys, TikTok is very difficult right now. They're giving me a lot of pushback on my content. So I'm going to just give them a little break. I'm going to let them breathe. And but once I get up and running again, I'll let you guys know. No script, 6780. Don't check me out now. Check me out in like a few months. So right now I'm busy at work. But yeah, man, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, thanks for
Think,
coming, man. Way to celebrate your birthday.
Oh yes, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I
Happy
appreciate
birthday,
you guys
Jess.
inviting me to sit down with you, awesome man. Thank you so much. It's been great. Now I'm gonna go whoop my nephew's ass in cornhole because
On the girls grab stage.
you
so
gotta
I
drop
got
me
text.
home.
So you better watch it, or else you're walking home.
Running home, do hard shit.
Do hard shit. You want to earn your beer?
Whoa. Not today, man. It's Sunday, bro.
You said it. You said it.
It's my birthday. It's my day off.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, this is an awesome experience. I get to hear myself. Man, this is crazy.
Now your kids can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, it's not bad.
Awesome.
Like I said, you're pretty good for your first. Like you've been polishing for this.
All the TikTok live and Facebook live.
Not really.
You're lucky we didn't have him dance.
Yeah.
That's only because of the music rates. So we can't do it.
Dude, it's crazy, right? I would go to parties and be like, "Hey, aren't you the guy from the live?" I was like, "You watch that? What the heck?"
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm like, "You seriously watch that?" But hey, it just makes me enjoy the time. I just
Hey, that's the guy that ties kids to the couches.
Jesus Christ. Coordinator director, please turn off his mic. Turn off mic number 4. He's getting out of line here. Turn off number 4. He's getting out of line. But only you, Uton. Only you. And you deserve it, god damn it.
Nonetheless, that was awesome. It was great to hear
great.
some of your insights. We're looking forward to the 20th annual Labor Day tournament. I think we're all equally as excited. So, thank you for all your hard work, you and your committee, for putting things together. We understand how hard that is logistically. So, more props to you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We will get it done one way or the other.
All right. Hey, BDC, we out.
All that difference is a side, and fight for our lives, yeah. I said they hit us in the morning way before the sunrise. Didn't give us warning, how can this